All right, man, we are back with the 49ers round check, and we got our guest, David McNiner, which he'll be here just very shortly on the show. And then we got the King, 510. We got Little Curry. I know he ain't feeling good this week. How's it going, bro?
Oh man, no. I guess it's football season though, man. But we'll get them. We'll get them. It's all good. Ready to go?
It's all good, man. But we're looking into the rookie mini camps, and I know it's kind of like too soon to judge it, but I guess from what I'm hearing, D. Winters didn't look too good, and Latu was having a very slow start. So I'm hearing that Jalen Graham's looking pretty good, and then Braylon Willis is actually looking a lot better than Latu is.
Hey, can I say something?
Yeah.
Like I was actually more higher on Brandon Woods than I was a little. To be honest with you, that was my favorite tight end that we picked. So I think he has a higher upside. But I think Latu's going to be a good little backup, at some point in time. I also heard Joey Fisher had a rough outing. Our prized undrafted free agent lineman.
Dehydration or something, I heard.
Yeah, man, he had like a towel on his neck. He didn't. He missed the last 20 minutes or so, or a little more than that of the camp. So maybe he's a little, didn't have his wind quite yet.
Yeah, and then there's.
I saw Steve Wilkes talking up the rookie defensive back. So Brown and was that Loot? Is it Luter?
Luter.
He was straight up saying they were standouts, and so is some of the media. The reports are Drake Jackson has showed up with more bulk and strength. He's got his NFL body.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Yeah, man. See, if he can improve his stamina as well, like that's gonna be a big help. Bulky, because he got length. If he combines that strength with his size, his get off, we got ourselves a pretty damn good player.
Yeah. Yeah, Carcast, I'll send it to you right now. My bad. I thought I had it sent it to you already, but I guess I kind of just had too much going on. Yeah, I heard the XFL player did pretty well. That Pearson guy, quick. Wow. Like he's quick off those runs, like he makes people look foolish.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who that Pearson guy is, but he's a star from the XFL. Like, dude, I don't know how. I guess how some of those XFL players, man, they look like they kind of have their good moments, but now they're kind of like starting to come into their own a little bit. So it might be pretty interesting. Oh, what is up, John J?
John J.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. Looks like we got the best nickel guy in the free agency market, Isaiah Oliver. Our D coordinator is high on him. Also, Jair Brown and Darrell Luter. Those guys jump out in the film to him. So that's it. Add a couple ball hawks.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about Luter. They're pretty high on him because of his length a little bit. I think his arms are pretty longer than most of the other cornerbacks, kind of like how Samuel Womack was. They say he does have good techniques and coverage, which they really like about Luter. I mean, if Wilkes likes him and he feels very high on him, then I guess we should have no issue. But Jair Brown, despite what people think of him, game speed. I just look at game speed. He just makes up for that.
Oh yeah, man. All it matters about how you play on game tape or on the film instead of the 40 time. A lot of people put a lot of stack in the 40 time. But you gotta play fast. Can you play fast?
Yeah, my bad, Carcast. I guess I didn't even notice, man, because I was like,
hey, you guys know I'm not big on the underwear Olympics and their 40 times.
Yeah.
I mean, look at they're running on, kind of rubber. They have running shoes on. They're not in any sort of gear other than their underwear. So when it comes down to it, that's something they need to fix. I want to see these guys doing the 40 on grass with their cleats and full game day gear on. That's what I want to see.
That's all we want to see because all we're seeing is like mostly like a bunch of like, you can say what you want about the underwear Olympics and all this stuff. It looks great, but when you put them pads on, it's a different type of ball game. I don't know, man. Hey, shout out to this delusional guy right here. I just think it's funny. We're gonna sweep the Rams more than likely. It's gonna be an easy win. The Rams are no competition. They're JV. They're light work. Jim Everett, I do approve your little enthusiasm. You're optimistic, man. But let's face it, man. We are kryptonites, man. We own y'all. So you can say you won the conference, but did you forget we beat you guys a long time ago too? So it's the other way around. So
he must be hanging out with Karen Rogers and eating hallucinogens and hanging out in dark closets or something.
Well, this is like Rudy. This is Rudy, bro. I can tell you right now, this is Rudy's account because this is exactly how Rudy plays the troll game. Unless it's somebody I'm not aware of, but I can tell it's somebody like him.
Yeah, Jim Everett. Hey, on Twitter after the Rams won that lucky Super Bowl, I posted something about it. Then Jim Everett, the actual Jim Everett, he kind of commented. He kind of like commented some stuff. I forgot what you said, but he's a Ram, so whatever. That's our rivals. SoCal versus LA. You know how it is.
Yeah, but look at I guess Ronnie Bell looked pretty good in the training camp, from what I was told. The better number 10. The better number 10 on the field, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, Bell was actually he's showing that he's got good hands. Not necessarily great speed, but good hands. So, and I know you like Juwan Jennings, but we can't pay everybody. This could be his last season with us, and Bell could be his replacement.
Well, Bell is exactly what we're going to develop him into being. So it's like Juwan Jennings is pretty much like I don't see no reason why they wouldn't bring him back. But it would be a shocker if they did. But I think getting Ronnie Bell is why they have it for the long-term solution. Because I guess for those number 3 receivers, man, I don't think we value them as high. I think we're always going to go for that next guy the next few years. Kendrick Bourne was a great example, right? He was there for a couple of years. Then he cashed out. Now it's Juwan Jennings. This is his final year to cash out. So he's no longer, a restricted free agent. So he has an opportunity to cash out just like Bourne. So I think Ronnie Bell will be that next trend, which we'll probably see pretty soon. But, hey, Cardcast, man, how's it going?
How's it going, bro?
Yeah, how's it going, man? I know that when I was doing the D Winter video, man, I was lucky enough to get that out of the way. I was like,
yeah, man, that's scary.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man, rookie minicamp. I mean, I saw that, D Winters wasn't really productive. He's not in NFL shape, apparently.
Yeah, he looked like he gained a few pounds or something like that. It looked like he's out of shape a little bit. But
his highlights looked good. But
yeah, he's quick. But man, is it just like another of these players that just need to get back into game shape a little bit? I mean, wasn't that long ago since he made some plays. Yeah, I mean, I heard Jalen Graham looks pretty good, and he's the last pick in the draft.
Mystery irrelevant.
No, he's not irrelevant. I think he's the 255. But you know what he looks like, dude? Because I had to look at Jalen Graham, and that looks like Keenan Turner out there. He looks straight up like Keenan Turner. Like if Keenan Turner had his own kid, that would be his own son right on the football field.
You got
mix with a little Bowman. He got some skills, man. We got a depth in the linebacker position, man. Like if Drake Greenlaw were to miss a game or two, I got confidence in these guys to, fill in for a couple games.
Who do you guys think was the most impressive UDFA in rookie minicamp? I think it was the running back, Kalen LeBourne.
Oh, the one from Marshall, right?
Yeah, apparently he has really good upside. I'm not too surprised because that's what the Niners do. They get gems every year.
Yeah, undrafted gems. Like if it's running backs, they're good values.
Dude, this guy's big. He's fast. He's elusive. He's everything you want in a running back.
Really. Never draft a running back in the 3rd round again.
and we finally did a different route, but this time we took a kicker in the 3rd round. So it can't be any worse, right? What's worse, sir? Drafting a running back in the 3rd round that has no fit for our offense, or just take a damn kicker that you can probably wait next 2 rounds? I guess you can just go with the kicker.
I'm over that, man. I just hope he pans out.
I just hope he's
Hey, dude, the kicker is way better than running back we're going to end up cutting after his first year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
because like kickers are so important, man. Like, I mean, didn't the Patriots add like 2 kickers? I mean, like How about if in the NFC Championship game, the game comes down to an extra point or a far field goal? You got to have a guy who can nail that. You don't want to lose a freaking playoff game with not so good kicker.
Exactly. Yep.
But a lot of games come down to it. Like when it comes down to the wire, you definitely want that guy to kick a game winner. But realistically, dude, you can't always rely on your kicker. Especially if you're in the playoffs and your defense is holding up, then yeah, I guess your kicker can do the job. But you have to have an offense. Like if you're just gonna kick field goals consistently, bro, then your offense sucks.
No, your offense got to get you in field goal range. You got to make big plays in big moments. You got to get you down the field.
Yeah,
That's
like
scores.
Yeah, I think. But even the best offenses, they're not going to score a touchdown every possession.
Yep.
not every possession, but if you can't do it consistently, then that's where the offense is kind of suspect. Like settling for threes, like half of the time isn't always the greatest thing, man. As long as you win, but when it comes down to the playoffs, dude, yeah, you want your kicks to matter. And Jake Moody's been in this pressure before, so I think this is nothing new to him because he's played in the playoffs. And against TCU, he kicked a 59-yarder, so maybe there's some strong leg right there.
Last year in the playoffs, there was plenty of game-winning kicks, especially between the Bengals and the Chiefs. Two AFC Championship games back-to-back. It all came down to Evan McPherson in that field goal.
Yeah, like if you can get somebody that doesn't have any problems with pressures with kicking, but the downside with Robbie Gould was he couldn't do the kickoffs anymore. He was only used as a kicker, like kicking field goals. So I think we drafted Moody because he can do more than just kick the field goals. He'll just be on the kickoff team too and just kick the ball. Yeah.
Yep.
And
kicking those touchbacks so our coverage unit isn't in the bottom of the NFL would be nice.
yeah, consistently touchback at least, or just kick it to where it can be less at the 20-yard line for them to get, have a good coverage team. And you're right. Special teams last year was among the worst, even with Brian Snyder as our special teams coach. And he has a good track record and we had the worst.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, man. Got ourselves a strong arm kicker though. I like the depth we got. I think this draft was just about depth, getting some future replacements. Jari Brown's going to replace Tayshaun Gibson. The tight end's going to replace Ross Dwelly. So like I said, I like what we did honestly, and then we got depth at the linebacker position and DB.
I mean,
Go ahead.
No, my bad.
No, I'm just saying I'm excited to see who's on the edge. If it's Drake Jackson, let it be. I'm excited to see what he does. It is what it is. You can still sign one, but I'm fine with Drake Jackson.
Well, the best way to get better is you have to give your young players an opportunity. So we drafted Drake Jackson for a reason. We didn't have to move up for this guy. So all I heard in the offseason was he added some weight. And he actually kind of worked on his a little bit of everything. Like he's a little different now. So I think you're going to see a little more of a stride going into year 2. And usually that's where the second-year players start to show their significant improvements. And when I was on Jack Hammer's show, I did tell him, hey, I think he might get 10 or more sacks this upcoming season because it's going to be easy for him to get to the quarterback. And even with the rotation, I don't think it's going to affect it because they're going to make it easy for him to get to the quarterback on the edge.
Yep. What do you guys think of, Steve Wilks, his attitude? I mean, I feel like this guy brings a different type of attitude compared to a guy like Robert Saleh and D'Amico Ryans. I feel like he's more, I don't know if you guys watch his press conference, but he's more of a stand-up guy. He's really serious. He talks about the secondary. Like, this guy knows his stuff about the secondary. So I feel like
discipline.
With a guy like Steve Wilks in the building, man, our secondary is going to be dangerous, and those guys could learn. And then, if our front can get pressure, that secondary is going to be scary, man.
We all remember that Chicago game, right?
Yep.
The undisciplined defense that was out there, the 12 penalties, for over 100 yards. A lot of those were defensive. When it comes, Steve Wilks brings discipline and experience to the table.
Yeah.
CG, hate to do it, but I got to go, buddy.
Okay, no problem, man.
So go 49ers and fuck the Rams.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
No, but all seriously, like what Steve Wilkes brings to the table is an old school coach approach, because he's not playing around. He's going to keep it 100 with you. So when you look at Steve Wilkes' coaching style, it's kind of exactly what players like. Like, he can relate to you, but he's going to be straightforward about you, and he's not going to BS you about it. Like, his style of defense is what's going to fit us. The difference, what I really like about Steve Wilkes as our DC, bro, I like the attitude. That's exactly what kind of any coach you want to play for, dude. You want to play for a guy who wants to put in a battle with his players. And he is aggressive. He's a blitzing guy. He can get a lot of pressure to the quarterback. His secondaries, they have excelled under him in the previous years. So I think this is going to be a better defensive coordinator that we've had in the previous years. Like Robert Saleh, he was all right. He was conservative. He was okay. D'Amico had a different style, but he wasn't like there was a lot of these third down stuff that we couldn't stop. But with Steve Wilkes, you're going to get a lot of 3 and outs on our defense. You're going to get a lot of sacks. You're going to get a lot of 3 and outs with this guy. Steve Wilkes does not play around. The players are going to be well disciplined. This is like dealing with an old school military guy. He don't play around. You ever remember the Titans with Denzel Washington? He don't play around.
You're killing me, Petey. Remember you said that?
Yeah, you're killing me. Like, he's going to say that to all the defenders and say, hey, get it together. And I think that's going to be the one key of what Steve Wilkes brings to our defense is he's going to make us more disciplined, which kind of killed us under D'Amico Ryans. There was a couple of undisciplined plays that cost us some games, but D'Amico was a really great DC, but I think he'll be a good head coach for the Houston Texans.
The only real difference I see between those two guys, between Saleh D'Amico and Steve Wilkes, I feel like the first two coaches, they really bring the energy. But I don't know. I feel like this guy, he has a different perspective on the defensive side of the football, and I think that can really show up next season. It could be great its own way. So I'm excited to see what this guy can bring to the table.
And dude, we have Javon Hargrave. That's going to make our defense better. And no offense to D'Amico Ryans, no offense to Robert Saleh, I think Steve Wilkes is one of the best DCs in my opinion. Like, in the previous years, you look at Carolina's defense, right? Wasn't that the same Carolina defense that went to the Super Bowl under Steve Wilkes? Mm-hmm. Wasn't he like part of that coaching staff where they went to the Super Bowl that year? Yeah. But then, to be fair, when he coached in Arizona, they just made him fail over there. I think there's just a lot of conspiracy theories with black coaches, which I don't want to sound like harsh on it, but it sounds like some organizations are just trying to make some black coaches look like failures out there for no reason. I think if Steve Wilkes would have had a fair chance at Arizona, I don't think he would have never been out of a job. If it was different in Carolina, if he actually got the patch to the playoffs, I don't think he would have got fired. But then again, the Raiders did the same thing with the other coach, but he was a special teams guy. But I think if you want to keep a culture around, Steve Wilkes is a culture builder, bro. He's going to keep players around him. He's going to make people want to play for him. Hey, what's up, Devo? What's up, Devo Marzel? Good to see you. Long time no see.
Yeah, and also speaking of Wilkes, take this kind of for what it's worth, but Javon Kinlaw's impressed him so far. That's what he said. So maybe Kinlaw's, going to be a little improvement. Never know. I mean, I'm rooting for him to do good. I know he's been not so good the previous years, but I'm always rooting for him to do good, whoever's wearing the red and gold. So hopefully he can give us something, man. Anything. A nice little depth piece. That's all we can actually now.
Yeah, we can always ask for depth pieces and all that stuff. Hey, Jim Everett, bro, you're just being too funny. You're being too annoying, bro. So I think you're kind of a little weirdo. I think your obsession with the Niners just needs to, stop, bro. I mean, I get it. I get that you're just discrediting greatness, bro. We've had a lot of history. If you want to discredit other teams, discredit the freaking Cowboys first. Remember, they got all that championship for nothing. The Packers, they're known for title town. But the Rams, they're not known for shit. They're known for moving from team to team, like city to city. So you went from Cleveland, Los Angeles, St. Louis, Los Angeles, bro. You guys are not loyal. You're not loyal to the soil. There is only one NFL team that has never left an area, and that's the 49ers. Whether you disagree or not, we are loyal to the Bay. Whether it's Santa Clara or not, it's still in San Francisco, no matter how people look at it.
It's still the Bay, man. Still the Bay.
I like you, man.
And you know, the Rams, they move from city to city, just like LeBron
The
James.
Raiders, too.
Mhm. Yeah, you know, he's like the Rams with LeBron James in the NFL. They go from city to city.
Yeah, LeBron is a hoe, and I'm saying it as a Lakers fan. At least Kobe was loyal to the soil. Kobe never left the damn city.
Yeah, Kobe was the Laker. When you Google Laker, should be him. Pop up.
I mean, I can't hate on LeBron because he's a part of our team, but I say he knows how to recruit players.
Yeah.
When it comes to recruiting players, this guy knows how to win. I'll give him that.
Yeah, he can do the little recruiting, that's for sure. Always has the big name players, man. He's a GM James.
Yeah, I guess LeBron did his part. I can't dispute that. Like your boy Curry had to put it on this pressure, but hey, you guys put on a good season. You guys were defending champions. You can't dispute that, you know.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. I mean, regarding the schedule, I mean, what do you guys?
Oh, schedule? I heard it's like the 15 strength of the schedule. Like, I think it's mid-schedule for us, but I think there's only going to be like 9 playoff teams, and the rest of it's like, I guess 8 other teams are not in the playoffs. So, looking at our schedule, dude, I really look at it as more of a, like, you know, the middle of the toughest schedule.
Right.
Because previous years, everybody said we played the easiest schedule, which I don't know.
The Eagles played the easiest schedule last year. I don't know why.
No, but we're the second.
Yeah, we're the second. And we got a lot of traveling to do this year. We got 26,000 miles to travel.
Yeah, you got a lot of middle of the schedule because it's like 15 strongest schedule. But I think the most toughest schedule for us is you look at the Eagles, they're gonna be more determined from losing the Super Bowl. Cincinnati's another team to
I think Jacksonville's the trap game though. I'm sticking.
I think Commanders can be a trap game because nobody's taking them serious.
Oh no, man.
The Bengals are expected to be like a great team, so I don't really consider them a trap game. That'll be like a showdown game.
Yep.
Showdown. Yeah. But I think that the Commanders is more your typical trap game because nobody's giving them credit, and they got a new ownership coming in, so it could be a serious team. I
feel like Jacksonville, they got a good group over there, man. Trevor Lawrence, he struggle against mobile quarterbacks. He can throw and he can run.
Jacksonville,
he's got good accuracy, and then they added Calvin Ridley during the offseason. So
Jacksonville is on the rise to win their division for a couple more years. Tennessee's on the decline, so I can see Jacksonville being that team. And then you look at other teams like Dallas, what do you expect from them? They got all the talent in the world, but who's coaching out there? Mike McCarthy.
Can't do nothing with it.
And Dan Quinn, I feel sorry for that guy. You should at least take a head coaching job, bro. You're never going to win nothing in Dallas. It's a waste of time. You're wasting your career coaching a team that's never going to get you nowhere.
It's crazy.
If you want to go from a choking organization like the Falcons, you're going to a bottom barrel of a choking organization. Like, they haven't done nothing in 26 years or something. Like, Dan Quinn, you're better than that. You could at least coach elsewhere, bro. Don't waste your talent. Don't waste your time in Dallas, bro. You're not gonna win nothing over there. Philadelphia, they've always found ways to build. They got one of the best. They got one of the best GMs in the NFL. Some Eagle fans don't even like Howie Roseman, but the guy does the job.
The guy brings in players, man.
Mm-hmm.
They have talent. A lot of times they're always in the hunt with their division.
Their D line scares me.
Dude, I wish we had Howie Roseman. I wish we had somebody with balls and guts that can do something like that.
Yeah, they always complain about Howie Roseman. You know, he just picked the best player in the draft,
and he doesn't back down from these moves, bro. He don't care if he's wrong or right.
Jalen Carter had off the field issues. He still got him. The potential's there.
It's there, and they're well stacked. You know,
They got Jalen Carter, and then they got the other guy from last year. I forgot his name.
Jordan Davis.
Yeah, they got 2 amazing defensive tackles.
Dude, you look at how the Eagles are building.
Trenches.
They're building just to win. So yeah, they lost Hargrave, but hey, you get another Georgia Bulldog. You get a couple of these other players that were part of national championships. You start to build a culture. They're still going to be good, no matter how people look at it. Then you got Dallas. You know, Dallas is kind of like whatever, but Mike McCarthy is who he is.
Facts.
No Aaron Rodgers, no Super Bowl. I don't think he was ever a great coach. He was just on a good situation.
They got a phenomenal defense, and then they just have an offense that really contains CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, throws picks. They lost Zeke, and they have Pollard. Pollard's coming off an injury, so
yeah, I'm intrigued by this kid that they just drafted. I want to see how this kid Deuce Vaughn does in Dallas. I've heard good things about this kid. He's like the Darren Sproles at that position, bro. Like he can do a lot.
Little jitterbug Sproles. My
Yeah.
I don't want to
third
say
down
this,
back of all
man, but
time.
I'm scared of the Seahawks. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Speaking of
You
the
said you are or you're
draft,
not?
Seattle's just been killing it in the draft. So you look at they got a foundation.
Oh
They
hell
got
yeah.
corners.
The only issue is they don't have another backup quarterback. And some of our fan base are saying, hey, if it's Geno at quarterback, we don't have to worry about
They
it.
got Drew Lock, right? No,
Nope. Yeah, they do. I think so. Yeah, as a backup.
but he's Drew Lock. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, Drew Lock. Yeah, Drew Lock, the guy that they got for the Broncos. Yeah, I think they have him for one more year.
He ain't doing jack shit for them.
But you look at their drafts, dude. Seattle's just building. And Pete Carroll, whether people like him or not, he's still keeping Seattle as consistently good. So
And then they got Shane Waldron, who's actually a very good OC.
yeah. And then you look at the Rams. Yeah, they had an injury season. They were just on a downfall season, what you expect from a defending champions. But when you look at their draft, it's more of a foundation for them because now they can't even make all the moves like they used to do. They have to start going with the talent they have right now. So you look at their draft, I have to admit that it was a pretty good draft for them. They needed some help at the interior offensive line. They got Steve Avila to be the guy at that position. Their edge rusher, Leonard Floyd left. Byron Young is the guy they got. And cornerback position with Jalen Ramsey gone, they got my boy Tre'Davious Hodges-Tomlinson. I think he'll probably be more of a slot corner at the next level, or unless they want him to play that spot. But overall, they did pretty well. I mean, no cap intended to them. You know, I'll give credit where it's due. Like, I think you want to start building off the draft more now instead of trying to trade off your damn players.
Yeah, man, they got a couple corners. You know, they drafted one high, fifth overall pick, and they already had a pretty good one. So, because they know their division got Ayuk and Debo, and then they got Cooper Kupp, you got Hopkins. You know, so they got dogs. They got to do it within the division. So, you know, they need guys who can cover. And the Seahawks, you know, they've mostly been known for not really valuing corners like before the fourth round. It's always been, you know, like fourth, fifth, you know, like those type of corners. But so now they actually drafted one early. That was a surprise to me.
Yeah, Devon Witherspoon.
Oh, that dude's a physical cornerback coming out of Illinois too. So it's
And then they got that guy, JSN, man. I'm so upset he was still there.
oh man, that just dude. Just looking at that draft from them getting him, it just like
I was like, are teams stupid? How is this guy still here? Jeez.
Like teams just don't see what they see out of the guy.
Got him with the 20th pick, man. Pissing me off, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Then you look at the entire drafts of the Philadelphia Eagles, bro. How many Georgia Bulldogs you have to give these guys, man? Like, goddamn, we only took one of the Georgia Bulldogs, but like, if any other team's going into the draft, take all the damn Georgia Bulldogs off the board so they don't get them.
Georgia Eagle. No, that just sounds really bad.
Yeah. They even traded for.
Texas killed it, man.
Yeah.
They got a good team over there, though. So I feel like the NFC just comes down to the
NFC just comes as 50-50.
Lions, Seahawks, Niners. Vikings are frauds. I don't.
It's kind of hard to like question between Seattle. I think Seattle is definitely going to probably make some noise for the playoffs, maybe. But the Rams, it's a question mark.
I like the Lions though. Lions are good.
Yeah, the question mark with the Rams is, can Stafford stay healthy? Can this team come back to what they used to be? If not, then maybe they already reached their ceiling. So,
Then they just lost Allen Robinson.
but was he even doing anything for them to begin with?
I mean, no, because it's the Rams. I mean, I liked Allen Robinson, man, with the Bears.
He just wasn't a fit with them.
Yep, they lost OBJ.
Yeah, I wanted the Niners to sign him a couple years back, Allen Robinson.
Yeah, there was a couple players I wanted to sign too, but can you believe the Ravens got OBJ? Like, what? That kind of money?
Yeah, and they drafted a receiver, I believe, in the first round, so they're trying to get Lamar some weapons.
Yeah, Zay Flowers. I heard that kid from Boston College is pretty good, and the Bengals got themselves a pretty interesting draft pick. They got the guy from Clemson, and then they got Charlie Jones, who probably would be one of their best slot receivers in the next year or two.
What team are you talking about?
No, the Bengals. They drafted that receiver, Charlie Jones.
They drafted a corner too. I forgot his goddamn name.
I know. DJ Turner. DJ Turner. DJ Turner from Michigan is the one you're talking about.
All right.
Then there was a safety they drafted off.
We actually might be able to beat Cincinnati. I'm not gonna lie. We have a good shot.
Our DB should be able to match up pretty well. Our D line.
Yeah, I'm scared of Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Those guys are phenomenal.
Yeah, because the Bengals, their offensive line, it's not their strong point. We got a pretty damn good defensive line.
They decided Orlando Brown, left tackle.
Yeah,
they did sign him.
They
also,
got him.
Bull rush him.
Yep.
Yeah, but they got other like problems at the interior spots. So not just the tackle spots, the problem. It's the interior up front that's the issue.
How they lost the Super Bowl against the Rams.
Yeah, because Aaron Donald and he got through there.
Well, in the beginning, the Bengals offense was looking to click, and then things just started falling once their line just started crumbling. So things just started to fall off for them. But let me see. Crazy Juice said, yeah, ain't nobody scared of the Seahawks, bro. If Geno Smith's the quarterback, I guess we can't be scared of it, but you can't take him lightly.
Yeah,
and
got some guys. I don't fear them, but I recognize that they added some players, Like I still think we're going to sweep them next year.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think when it comes down to it, man, we're just going to have to see how it plays out for the rest of the year. I mean, I expect the division to be very competitive. I mean, I don't know, man. Like,
what's up, Ultimate Cheeseburger Report?
Yeah, but I think he's already on the other comments with Brian. But I say that as a joke because it's like Jack in the Box food. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I like Jack in the Box. It's cool.
Yeah, the ultimate bacon cheeseburger. I like the ultimate bacon cheeseburger. That's why I came up with the name, because he has that name Ultimate. So I said, you know what? Instead of 49ers Ultimate Report, I'll just call you the Ultimate Cheeseburger Report.
Yep.
And he thought it was kind of funny. Yeah. I know you were pretty pumped about some of these players, but King, man, you got to be optimistic about this upcoming season. I mean, it should be a lot stacked than the previous years.
In terms of depth, yeah, man. Like I said, we haven't had the tight end depth or a linebacker, especially DB, man, because we got that DB from Carolina. Isaiah Oliver, man. Emmanuel Mosley's, not Mosley, but D. Leonore. I think he's going to get even better. I think he's going to be so good with the coaching of Wilkes. He's going to elevate his game. And Hufanga, he understands that, the first half of last year he was all pro, but the second half he kind of tailed off a little bit. So I think Wilkes is going to fix him up. And I love our depth in the DB, man. I don't know if we had this many combination of good corners and safeties, like as far as ball skill wise. Because I know we had hitters, but ball skill wise, guys.
I think our secondary is going to be a lot better than the previous years, for sure. I mean, the tight end group was probably one of the weakest spots at that point. And then you had the interior line as a question mark, but it became the least of our concerns. But then once the position at tight end, once Kittle misses time, we have no offense to make a difference. I mean, Kittle was kind of like our offense almost for a while until Christian McCaffrey came into the scene.
Oh, I'm so excited to see how Jimmy does. I really wish we played them in the preseason, man.
Aren't we playing the Raiders in the preseason?
Nah, it's the Broncos and the Chargers.
I think we are.
No, it said on there.
Who's week one of the preseason?
I think it's the Raiders.
No, it is the Raiders.
Is it actually? Damn.
Dude, can you imagine how this preseason is? You're gonna get a lot of Raider fans bragging about a damn preseason game. Even if we lose, I can give shit about it because it's preseason.
The Raiders gonna be like, "Yeah, we beat you. Your season's done." You know how they are.
Oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. We beat you guys. You guys are like the NFC favorites. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man.
That's what they're saying.
Like, yeah, you see, Max Crosby's better than Nick Bosa. He had a sack in the preseason game. You see that?
Oh, see that? Myers is better than George Kittle. Or Jimmy just wasn't on the right team. I think he's a really good quarterback.
Yeah, you see Devontae catch that touchdown over Leonore? Yeah, Debo can't do that. Heck yeah, man. These fools. We're going to be ready, though, man.
Hey, wait. Remove that. Remove it. Hey, you can't have that stuff on my channel. You are blocked. Can't have that in my channel. Take that out of here, bro. I don't like these spammers on the channel, man. But if you guys have your mods, just remove them. That's not allowed.
Yeah, he was trying to type something. I didn't really see.
No, he was trying to type the N-word, which is not tolerated over here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but if anybody has mods, remove those out of the channel. Don't even hesitate, man. If you see something strange, remove it.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Yeah. But, yeah, the Niners remain top 5 in ESPN's updated power ranking.
Oh, dude. I get that some people are comparing us to Cowboy fans, bro. We don't get too freaking optimistic about that shit. We just take it one game at a time.
Yeah,
we're not even thinking Super Bowl. We just take it one game at a time. But some of these other fans think we're so like Cowboys, bro. Nah. We just take it step by step.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
All right.
Like, I see us, making the playoffs, but I'm not going to say anything past that for now,
Yeah.
I see us as top dog in the division, but I'm going to leave it at that, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Yeah, I ain't overlooking our division foes. I mean, sure, we've owned the Rams for quite some time, but we'll see how they are. I mean, there might be the season where they might come in surprises in the season, so we'll see. I mean, Seattle, we finally got our moments with them. It's been long overdue, but this upcoming season, they're probably going to be a lot better than last year, so you're going to expect Seattle to at least be a very explosive offense, and their defense should be able to be a little bit better. Probably still give up some plays here and there, but not as much as the previous year,
Yeah. So, yeah, heck yeah, man. Like I said, we had, the fourth fewest pressures among D-tackle groups last year, so I see that changing. I really see that changing, man. It's gonna be flipped over, man, because, Armstead did miss 8 games. We got Hargrave, so and then we drafted our 6th-round D-tackle last year's draft. Forgot his name.
Khalil Davis.
Khalil
Davis from Central Florida.
Yeah, he has a little upside. He's slick because of a little injury, but see what he can do. Be a nice little camp body. He might be a Willis replacement, Jordan Willis. We just need some as much depth as possible. I want to go 8-9 deep. I want to keep Nick Bosa more fresher as the playoffs enter, because this past year I think he was kind of worn down, man. Like as this playoffs.
You want him to be fully fresh, but you want to have somebody who can step in and play well. So
yeah.
The thing with Hargrave is I think he had the most pressure out of the D tackle position, but I think it's only going to make our group a lot better.
He had the highest pressure rate among D tackles, so like I said, we ready for. And I was very surprised we signed him. Like when I say Hargrave, how's that? But then I realized, hey, we're not playing a quarterback.
But dude, I get that defense could win championship, but it's kind of like going against the defense now. It's like you can have your game-changing plays, but the refs might even cost us the game for that. It used to be defense used to win championship, but it really depends on what quarterback you face.
Yeah. I mean, the Bucs did put a lot of pressure on Mahomes. They did make him move out the pocket.
Their offensive line was weak because they had.
Oh yeah, they made a move like the Rams did. That's the Burrow, especially in that second half. Man, he had all those receivers, but nobody really blocked.
Yeah. I think that's the issue. That's part of the only advantage you have on your defense is if you play a weak offensive line team because you're going to get the pressure to the quarterback. But I think with our group, dude, you're going to see some significant improvement on our defensive line, getting to the quarterback and creating pressure. Hargrave is not only going to help our defense get better, but the pressure is going to increase more, and we're going to get more turnovers. And whoever is the other defensive end, just like Drake Jackson on that spot, man, I think he's going to elevate and have 10-plus sack season.
Yeah, he's a very good chance of doing that, man. Trade up for him for a reason. And like if he can do that, then Nick Bosa can get a little more rest. Like that's gonna be crucial.
Well, we got Robert Beal. We're developing this guy, so we're hoping maybe he's exactly better than Ebicom, if not close enough.
Yeah, because like I said before, like the Eagles drafted another edge rusher from Georgia, 31st overall, and some people think our guy stood out more on film than him. So if that's the case, we got ourselves a little player we can develop.
Yeah, Nolan Smith seems like a project too, because if you look at his overall, he played everywhere at linebacker spots, but as an edge rusher, dude, he only had about, what was it, like 12 and a half career sacks. But if you look at Robert Beal's production, 2021, he led the Bulldogs in sacks. Not Trayvon Walker, not the number one pick Trayvon Walker. Robert Beal did.
Robert Beal, Rob. Yeah, excited to have him, man.
And he runs a 4.48. Good Lord.
That is insanely fast for a D lineman. I mean, for anybody, but especially a D lineman like that, flying off the edge, I could just picture him just flying off the edge, man. You could even have he might be part of our NASCAR package, 4 DNs at one time on the field here and there. Mix it in.
Yeah, we almost had our D4, but maybe he could be.
Yeah, he could develop into that.
I know, probably since not everybody's coming in, maybe they're pretty busy for this day. But probably next week we'll probably do some more about this update stuff. But man, so King, man, you've been pretty busy for this overall week.
Oh yeah, man. Basketball playoffs and stuff. Keeping tabs with the Niners, rookie mini camps. I just want our rookies to blossom. Give the vets a little more rest and see what we got. We got some future replacements like Bell might replace Jennings. I like Jennings. He's a physical player. Very physical. I think Bell in the 7th round. One of our 2 Michigan guys along with Moody. So
I just hope Moody pans out, man. We better not have him as dude. That would be. He better be as good as Justin Tucker because that pick would be disappointing. But I get it. It's better to get a kicker than just get a running back you probably have no use for.
Yeah. I say somebody was like, how about like when we face the Ravens, Tucker versus Moody game? Nah, that'll be crazy if it happens. There's a bunch of field
Moody
goals.
versus Tucker. That'd be kind of a good one.
Yeah, 2 strong arm leg tigers is going at it. Both our offenses are struggling. Not that I want that to happen, in our case, but just in case it happens, that'd be crazy. Whew, man. But yeah, we face the Ravens. We got what? We're the only team I saw that has 2 Sunday to Thursday games. And we're a playoff or only playoff team or something like that. So, damn, man, NFL loves us on a Thursday.
We're on a primetime spotlight because we went further the previous seasons, and I think they take us as the hot team in the NFC. Yeah, the injuries happened against the Eagles. Yeah, the Eagles took advantage of it, and they got to be where they're at. So I still think they still consider us the favorites to win the conference because of how we're built. So we have our downfall seasons, and I think we'll finally get back on track. Maybe we'll finally get towards the next goal and to hoist that 6th Lombardi, but it'll take time. I mean, Rome doesn't get built overnight, so you have to find the players to win you championships.
Yeah, definitely, man, because you even got Debo Samuel saying yeah, man, I hate the Eagles so much. Their fans, their players talking trash. Niner players cannot get over that Eagles game. Because
we got to move on. It is what it is. All we're doing is feeding off of these other fan base, and it's just pointless. It's pointless for them to start shit with us when I really do think it's time to move forward, and I think Debo should have just kept that shit to himself. Be professional. Don't even bring that energy over there.
Yeah, because week 13, I am happy we're facing them week 13, not so early. That way maybe we'll have the right quarterback in at that point in time, we'll be more just ready for that game. That'll be a slugfest, man. Woo, that's gonna be a slugfest.
Absolutely. It will be. But man, I just can't wait for training camp to kick in pretty soon. But right now we're just getting rookie mini camp, so we'll see how it plays out. But looks like we pretty much got everything covered on the basics. So we'll probably do something next week. But for the King and everybody else, we're gonna call it a day. But hey, King, tell everybody where they can find your channel, and we're gonna see y'all next week.
Oh yeah, man. Find me on YouTube, 49 King 510, talking about a variety of things, man. The Niners at some point, man. We're gonna get that 6th Lombardi. Hopefully it's this year, man. Keep everybody healthy. Because I don't want to lose because we had an injury. I don't want to lose because we have a missed kick. The team's Steve Wilkes was a good addition. More running back depth. LeBourne, he might even take over Elijah Mitchell, man, if he stays healthy and Elijah can't. Never know. I like what I saw on film from him. So, yeah, man. Ready to rock and roll, y'all.
Ready to rock and roll. But for everybody else, thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, go Niners and see y'all next week. Peace.
Peace out.